Hey, Sun Devil fans, Brad Denny with 3TV, CBS5, and the Speak of the Devils podcast here, coming at you with another fall camp quick hit mini episode, as ASU just opened up the third week of fall camp with a practice that was pretty sloppy, and we'll get to that details here in a moment. This was the first practice back in the Valley after ASU went up to Camp Tonazona for 3 days of bonding, brotherhood, and football. It's a nice little kind of change of pace weather-wise after covering a few practices, or most of the practices down here in the Valley in 100 and some odd degree heat. It's a little overcast today. It's still a little warm, but it was a nice little change of pace. But what wasn't a nice change of pace was a throwback to the Dennis Erickson era. Now, Sun Devil fans of a certain age will know kind of what that means. The last few years of his tenure as the Sun Devils head coach were pretty much characterized by penalties, more penalties, and more penalties. And that was the practice today. A lot of mistakes, a lot of learning opportunities, though, that'll be coming after it, but kind of started off right near the beginning after, they kind of started things off with some special teams work, and then went, as they always do in period 3, into a team tempo session. Typically, this runs about 5 minutes. You get about a couple of drives. One, as they've been doing the quarterback competition, one guy will start with one drive down the field one way, and another guy gets another drive down the field this way. Jaden Rashada got things going with Trenton Bourguet getting the second drive of the tempo period. But this one, as I mentioned, instead of going the usual 5 minutes and then getting on with the rest of practice, went over a half hour. Kenny Dillingham was not pleased. There was a ton of flags, a lot of false starts especially, a lot of just kind of procedural, sloppy things, some defensive penalties as well. Trenton Bourguet did have a nice touchdown to Jalen Conyers in the second drive, but there's just overall not a whole lot of sharp execution, and that was kind of going to be the overriding theme of the day, as there's just so many mistakes. Another practice that was dominated by the Sun Devil defense. Jaden Rashada threw a pick to linebacker Trey Brown in the third drive of the team tempo period. Ed Woods and Trey Brown had PBUs. Melquan Stovall had a nice grab in traffic from Jaden Rashada, but just overall, just a lot of just mistakes and just flags. And Kenny Dillingham was calling for his team to kind of redo drives, kind of if you ever saw the end of Miracle, just kind of again, just until they got it right. But the overall mistake-filled theme just kind of hung over the entire practice. Things got a little bit better near the end, but overall, still way too many mistakes. Kenny was not happy with that. He really railed on the offense's lack of passion after the practice and talking to us in the scrum. He praised the defense for getting after it. And again, the defense continues to look pretty good overall. And then after some individual work later on, they went to another team session with the offense starting at their respective 3-yard lines. Trent had a couple of nice balls. He had a nice gain for about 20-25 yards over the middle to Melquan Stovall, a nice cross to Xavier Guillory, but then was kind of floated a ball out to the side. It would have been an easy walk-in pick six, Ro Torrance, had he been able to hold on. Xavier All for the safety had a nice sack as well. Trent did have another near interception, but just overall, just not a whole lot of good out there. Near the end of practice, though, things got a little bit better. Jaden Rashada putting that arm strength really on display after the defense kind of held both quarterbacks in check. There was a nice play where Rashada was flushed under pressure, flushed out to his left. Again, he's a right-handed quarterback, so going across the body. Looked downfield, found Gio Sanders streaking on kind of an improv play, launched the ball, and usually that arm strength was on display, just a real rocket. About 40, 50 yards down, and caught Gio in the end zone for the touchdown. And so that was good to see there. Jordan Clark had a nice PBU during that session as well. It was a rough day for the offense. It kind of end on a positive note when Trenton Bourguet got the final drive of the day. It was a real kind of a timed situational period where they were having to drive the length of the field late in the simulated ball game. It was a fourth down conversion from Bourguet to Kyson Brown. Kept the chains moving. A nice deep ball kind of improv play from Bourguet to his brother, Coben Bourguet, who on the very next play had a touchdown on kind of a floater down into the post corner of the end zone. Kind of wrapping up a really, really rough day. Kenny kept those guys out there a little bit longer than usual to kind of send a message home. And then afterwards, just kind of like Miracle. Had them do some extra work to kind of dial them in and kind of have the entire team kind of get back on the same page in terms of just, being disciplined, waiting for the snap, not making some of those small, very avoidable mistakes that can cost you ball games down the season. So it seemed like the guys, based on the kind of the reaction near the end there, doing a little bit of extra work there, really kind of maybe let that message sit in. But, we'll see. We'll see how they come back on Tuesday and Thursday's practice, and if that message, how effectively that message was actually delivered. So, after the practice, was able to catch up with a few members of the offense. This was an offensive day in which we were able to speak to some of the players. So first up, you'll hear from wide receiver Andre Johnson, local guy who's been around the program for a number of years now. I think I said it on the main Speak of the Devil show. Might have written him off a little bit just because of the number of newcomers and talented newcomers and returners in that room, that he might be a forgotten man, but he's had a really strong fall camp. He's now in line to get some good playing time as well. So let's start things off with a conversation with Andre Johnson.
You've been in this program for a number of years now, and then obviously Kenny Dillingham comes in. Seems like the program, the culture's kind of been revitalized a little bit. What are some of the biggest, most pronounced changes in the program culture that you've seen so far from the last couple of years to the first 8 months or so of Dilly?
Just like the motor of guys. We've brought in a lot of guys that just actually care more about football than we have in the past. So just like the overall pushing and getting to the ball, getting set and everything. I feel like just the overall motor of the team has just been better. Obviously, we got to work on it more, like he just said today. But I feel like guys are just taking it more serious. More guys are watching film. More guys are going in extra for more workouts and stuff. So I just feel like the hard work aspect of it, he's brought a lot of attention to that. So it's good.
And obviously a lot of focus on the Valley and activating the Valley, local guys, and being a local guy yourself.
Yeah.
What is it like just seeing kind of a renewed focus from your school on your hometown?
Yeah, no, it's definitely different. I was, when I first got here, it was mainly focused on California, Texas and everything. So it's good seeing young guys come from different areas of the state too, not just the east side. There's guys from Millennium, there's guys from North Canton and everything. It's nice to see just our state stay our state. So it's good.
You've got a really strong fall camp. What are some of the things that you've kind of focused on to kind of prepare yourself, get ready, and have the kind of showing so far in fall camp that you're having?
Just focusing on the ball, catch the tuck and everything, but still working on my mental, just working on my football intelligence, knowing where I'm at, and just reading the defense and everything, getting in film with quarterbacks and what they want to do, see what they want to do, see what they want to see. So just knowing what they want to do helps me get into the spot so they can throw me the ball. So. Yeah, that's good.
A lot of new faces in that wide receiver room along with you guys, and one of kind of the returning vets, just a lot of new faces overall in this roster. What's it been like, specifically in that wide receiver room amongst you guys, kind of compete for reps, but also kind of be in support of teammates?
I feel like we're really not even worried about the reps, the rep count right now. We're just just trying to get better individually as people and as a group. We're trying to find a way to just keep pushing no matter what. Get our mental strength up, and just keep finding a way to win over and over and over again. Get consistent in winning, one-on-one reps, in zone, just finding the zone, all that stuff. So I feel like we're meshing together pretty good. I feel like the support system is definitely there. Obviously, we're going to work on that. It's still kind of a new team, so we're still learning each other a little bit. But Chem T helped a lot, so it's good.
How are you feeling in the offense and the kind of comfort level now that you've had spring and now over halfway through fall with it?
I feel like I'm real comfortable with it personally. I think the receiver group is comfortable with that. I think the whole offense, is kind of comfortable with it. But they're going to install some more stuff. Today was a little hiccup in that comfortability, but I feel like overall we're going to get it by the time the first game hits. So yeah, it's going to be good.
How disappointing was it that Coach Samples got out in dodgeball that quick? Because Dillingham called him out. So.
Man, I was ready for him to go crazy, but he really can't throw anyway. So I wasn't really waiting for him to go crazy like that. But
did you guys give him a little bit of a hard time though after going out?
Yeah. He can't go out like that, especially the way he be talking about getting moves and stuff. You can't go out like that. You can't do that.
Quarterback competition's obviously kind of taking center stage here, and Drew unfortunately got dinged up a little bit. But from a wide receiver's perspective, obviously you guys have one day you're kind of working maybe perhaps with more with one guy than the next day you're with the other guy. What's it like just kind of having, not as of yet, just the one guy, the QB1 so far, or to lock in with yet?
It's kind of been like that. Me personally, it's kind of been like that for the last couple of years. So I'm kind of used to not having a set quarterback right now. And for the other guys, I don't think they're really worried about it right now either. Just like, we just got to do our job. The ball's going to come to us if it's going to come to us, and at the end of the day, we got to catch it. So, I mean, we're not really worried about who's behind the rock. We trust all of our quarterbacks, so we're confident they're going to get the job done no matter who's in. So, here's what it is.
What's a successful 2023 look like for Hunter Johnson?
Draft, that's always the goal. But I mean, honestly, I really can't put like numbers to it. I don't really know what this year entails at all for me. So I'm just gonna just keep doing my job and hopefully just help the team win. That's really all I can do right now. I'm gonna be on like all special teams and everything. So just keep doing my job, just keep doing what I do, and I'll be here. That's what it is.
And over the last week or so, the competition at left tackle has been heating up. Local product Bram Walden, the Oregon transfer but former Saguaro SaberCat, has been pushing Isaiah Glass, the incumbent starter at left tackle, for that job. And Walden's been seeing some first-team reps, so I had a chance to catch up with Bram and talk about that position group, that position battle, and how he's enjoying being back home.
That things are coming along in terms of just bouncing back from kind of overall with a lot of mistakes for the offense today.
I think we got a long way to go, man. We got to just keep working. Coach Dinningham's doing a great job, really trying to prepare us, and we got to really just embrace it as a team. Stop pointing fingers and look inward, and just keep fighting to get better every day.
How do you see the team kind of just whether it's today or just kind of in the course of a season? Just obviously there's going to be inevitable setbacks and obstacles. How do you see the team kind of coming together, especially coming out of kind of the bonding experience at Camp T?
Yeah, Camp T definitely helped a lot. Got us to know each other, know who you're fighting with, and it really helps you want to fight harder for that person. And I think the team's really coming along really good. We still have work to do. We need to start bringing each other up more instead of pointing fingers and stuff like that. But I think we're going in the right direction.
How do you see, like in your own game, kind of the strides that you're making now? You're seeing a lot of first-team reps as well, kind of mixing in and kind of seeming like you're on an ascended path.
I'm just trying to take advantage of every opportunity I get, man, and just keep working every day.
What is it like, just kind of, in that competition, with Isaiah, trying to, at left tackle, trying to be supportive teammates, but also, trying to win that job?
No, it's definitely good, man, because, there's no animosity or anything like that. We just want the best for each other, we really just want to win what's best for the team, man, and whoever gets the opportunity to play, we're both going to step up, that's one of us on the field, one of us cheering, coaching each other on, and that's what we'll do.
A little dinged up during spring practices, what's kind of, your path to kind of come back and get ready for, a pretty strong fall camp so far?
You said what? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So after getting dinged up a little bit in spring ball, what's the process like, just trying to get healthy, and now that you've had a strong spring or strong fall camp, kind of the process for you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely getting my body healthy, putting on some weight, trying to maintain, get used to the different climate, leaving Oregon and stuff like that, and really just dialing in on the things that matter, try to let the outside stuff go, really focus on the team.
The climate you're familiar with, though, go back to your high school days, at Saguaro. What is it like just being back home?
It's amazing, man. The family, Coach Mons, a lot of familiar faces like that, a familiar area. So, that's always good. So it feels awesome.
Coach Tuatele, what's kind of the impact he's had on your game so far?
Not just my game, but, outside of football, he really instills a lot of good characteristics in all of us, how to be a man and how to carry yourself and how to better the community. And, he does a really good job in doing that, so he's been awesome.
A couple more weeks before the opener, what are some of the things that you specifically want to get done in fall camp to make sure that you're ready and well positioned for the Southern Utah game?
I'm definitely getting shape, but dial in and really be a better teammate, man. Bring more people up and stuff like that, because I know I have the ability to do that, and just always get better every day.
And finally had a chance to talk with running back George Hart, who's been seeing some time, with the second and sometimes even the first team offenses. A guy who's been around the program, started off as a walk-on, did have a offer coming out of high school to be a option quarterback at the Naval Academy. So obviously a very talented football player, smart guy as well. But he's been having a pretty strong fall camp, and so we got a chance to catch up with George and get his thoughts on what he's seen so far.
So it seems like a practice with a lot of learning opportunities with the offense, and some extra work there to kind of. Kenny was trying to get you guys dialed in. What overall impressions like when you guys have a rough practice, or during the season, kind of a rough week, some adversity. What are some of the lessons and kind of the way you see this team kind of approaching those situations?
The main thing, like he's trying to instill in us, is how we respond. Like there's obviously going to be a lot of up and downs in practice and even in games. Like, the main thing we want to do is just how we bounce back from that, how we respond from adversity, and that's what the main thing we're trying to work on right now. I think we're getting better at it day in, day out, but just that's the main thing we're trying to get better at these last couple practices.
Coming off the Camp T experience, the extra team bonding.
Yeah.
How do you think that that all will impact the rest of fall camp and the season ahead?
I think it was a great experience for us. Like going to the wilderness, like no internet, just like be able to talk to people. Like I got to know a lot of people I didn't really know before. Because like a lot of fall enrollees, like the freshmen, like just talking to them, get to know them. I think created like a good brotherhood for us, like to connect. I think it's going to carry over into the season for sure.
Now you missed some time in spring ball, getting a little dinged up, but then your path back. What was that like, just to get healthy again and get yourself ready for fall camp?
It's amazing. Like the main thing when I was down is trying to keep my mind sharp so I didn't miss a step. And the whole coaching staff and even the guys in the running back room helped me with that. And it's just amazing and blessed to be out here every day. So it's just amazing to be out here and practicing again.
Where have you seen kind of the strides in your game now that you're mixing in with some of the sometimes the starting offense?
It's good. I mean, obviously I got a little bigger, so that's also always very nice. Shout out to Coach Joe and them. But it's just taking it one day at a time, just trying to be the most consistent and just working every day I can to keep competing.
What's that like in that running back room? Obviously, a lot of guys, a lot of different skill sets in that room as well. What's that kind of competition like? Try vying for touches, but also you're being supportive teammates.
Really, it's a healthy competition. Like, we all help each other. There's no animosity between nobody. We all helping each other. Anybody can ask anybody a question. It's gonna be a truthful response, like good and bad, because we all want to. Because you never know what's going to happen when somebody needs to hop on the field, so everybody needs to be ready. So that's our main mindset, just everybody be ready.
How are you feeling within this offense now? You got all through spring, summer, now in fall camp. How comfortable are you feeling in this Kenny Dillingham, Bo Baldwin offense?
Very comfortable. I love it. It's a nice offense. I really like it. I think it's a great offense going into the season with, for sure.
What are some of the things about the offense that you really like most, especially perhaps as it pertains to the running backs, and what it asks of them?
We're more in the route tree more. Like he splits us out more. It's nice to actually get out there, run some routes, and catch the ball at the backfield a lot. So it's nice to do more than just in the back. I love being in the backfield, but it's also nice to expand on our game and work on things like that.
What kind of role do you expect to have this year? You obviously having a strong camp and position yourself pretty well, it looks like.
Whatever role they need me in. I'm not one to turn down any role. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, if I get the chance to play, I'm gonna make the most of it. Just whatever they bless me with, I'm gonna take it to the fullest of my opportunity. Just roll with it and do it to the best of my ability.
What's a successful 2023 look like for George Hart?
Man, just it's a good question. Since 2023, man, just being good at life, man. Just staying prayed up, staying everything I can, just staying connected with my family, staying connected with this football stuff, just having a successful season with the team, creating bonds and just winning, yeah.